Hey everyone, welcome to week 5 of the D-League charity tournament. I know a lot of you are waiting to find out who your week 5 opponents will be, and we're going to get to all of that through this video, but before we do, we've got quite a bit to get through, including, now that we're more than halfway through the regular season, we're going to be looking at how the season is shaping up, who's on top of the leaderboard, who's getting closer to that beautiful semi-final berth, as well as finding out who's on top of the individual D-League championship. So we do have a $50 prize for the individual champion, and that's starting to take shape as well. So we'll be looking at the leaderboard on both fronts there, as well as continuing our featured charity of the week. So without any further ado, let's get straight into that. We're going to start with our featured charity this week, and it comes from our D-Clan member, D Pacmol, who has chosen as his charity Children International. It's a really, really amazing organisation, and I've had a bit of a look at what they do, and it really speaks to me because I know a lot of us come from more privileged backgrounds. We don't know what it's like to be a child in poverty and not experience the basics that most people take for granted. For instance, going to school every day, having parents that are able to help you with your homework, all of that sort of stuff. A lot of these kids in underprivileged areas are being sold off as basically child slaves in a lot of cases. They don't have the upbringing, some of them, their parents don't read or write, and they're just not born into the same environment that a lot of us are, where we can spend, you know, like $100 on Pokemon Duel a month, or something stupid like that. So, basically, yeah, we're going to be looking at this organisation today. I've had a really great look at it, what they do, some of the stories, that they do to make a difference. They basically pay for tutors for children. They get them a plan to get out of poverty. They provide the education, the support, all of this to make sure that kids grow up without the disadvantages that they would have otherwise experienced. So it's a really awesome organisation. I really encourage everyone to have a look at this website. I'll be including it in the description. Take a look. If you're in a position to donate, definitely help them out. Even if you're not, just getting the awareness out there is really important for organisations like this. So have a look, tell anyone about it, and thank you so much, Pacmol, for choosing this organisation. It's a really great cause. I hope you have a lot of success in the tournament so that you can get lots of money for these guys. So, now, let's look at last week's matches. Starting with the team standings. So here we have Division 1, and we do have a clear leader of Division 1, Team 5, who is still undefeated in the tournament so far. They are in first place with a win record of 8-4. They've been very consistent. 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1 every single week, getting that win. And they are the only team that hasn't lost a match so far. Next we have Team 3, who lost their first match this week, but they're still in second place. They have also got a win-loss record of 8-4. Coming up in third place is Team 1 with a record of 7-5. Then we have Team 8, who have 2 wins, 2 points, 6-6. We then have Team 7, who are in 5th, and they share share 5th place with Team 2, my team, on 1 point each. Following them, we have Team 4 in 7th place, and Team 6 in 8th place. Now, Division 2, it's a little bit closer. We have, in first place, we now have Team 12, who has taken the lead after being in third after last week, and they have 3 points. We have Team 15, who also have 3 points, and they are in second place based on the win-loss record, and then Team 9, who are on 3 points. We then have 3 teams just behind on 2 points each, so we have Team 10 in 4th, we have Team 11 in 4th, and we have Team 16 in 4th. So that Division 2 is just really tightened up there, so anyone can really win it at the moment. We then have 14 in 7th place, and Team 13, who hasn't yet picked up a win, and they're in 8th place. So, yeah, there's still a lot to play for all teams. Even if your team's not doing that well, there's still definitely a lot to play for with the lottery still available for any player, no matter how many. As long as you win one single match, you get an entry into that lottery. So make sure you still are continuing to play as hard as you possibly can to make sure that you have the best chance of getting as much money for your charity as possible. So, let's have a look at the individual matchups from last week. So, here they are. We basically had some, really great matches from the last week. Basically, probably the greatest match was Destiny again. He ended up he was versing Ulysses, and that match, once again, took 2 matches to finish. Destiny, I don't know why, but it would be really great if you can just finish your matches in one go. It just makes it a lot easier for me to upload the files. They're a lot smaller that way. But yeah, that actually went for 33 minutes, the replay. So if you want to check out 33 minutes worth of match, that's where you can find it. And I will put the link to all the matches in the description below as well. But we're not going to feature that one because I don't have all night. We are going to feature AQ versus D-Bahu, which was a classic match and had some really, really interesting moves in it. So we're going to have a look at that one now and have a bit of a chat about that. So where is that match? AQ versus Bahu. Alright. So, here we go. Now I've picked this match because they do have some interesting figures being used in this one. You've got Mega Ampharos being used by AQ, which I haven't seen Mega Ampharos a lot lately. I do really miss it, I really like it. And Bahu is using double Fiends, which are always quite interesting. You just never know what's going to happen with that. And Blaziken, I really miss Blaziken. I've got 2 level 10s and I just don't get to really use them anymore because the 140 is just not enough anymore. But anyway, let's talk about this match. So, we've got Bahu bringing up the Feeny on Coco and attacking. And both hit miss. But Bahu uses the double chance, respins, gets Muddy Water. I think that puts them both on weight. Is that correct? Yes. Coco comes up through the middle and Feeny goes into block. Sableye comes forward, attacks on Feeny, and Feeny lands the Pony Wish and instantly removes that Lucario. So now we've got Blaziken coming up and Zoroark moving forward as well. Lunala coming off along the side and Ampharos coming up in defense for AQ. Lunala coming forward. Okay, a bit more defensive here from AQ as Lunala moves in and attacks Zoroark and lands the Moongeist Beam on cross counter, and that will be the knockout there. So already we're starting to see a bit of pressure on AQ here. He moves into defense. And we get Fracture coming up and attacking into Coco. Coco lands Melee Melee. And Sableye goes onto the goal. Blaziken comes forward and attacks Coco. And Coco gets the gold on the purple, and that is a knockout. That means that AQ can move forward and put a bit more pressure onto Bahu now. So we now have Ampharos going Mega. And brings back brings back Zoro and moves forward into Fracture and attacks. And gets the knockout there. So Bahu max revives Fracture, moves it forward, attacks into Coco, and gets the knockout there. So I really like Fracture and its evolved form Haxorus. I've now got a level 10 on both, so I've been using that one quite a lot myself. Okay, so now AQ goes into Lunala and attacks, gets the knockout there. So really has really relieved that pressure that that they were under completely now. But Haxorus is moving forward. Yeah, definitely the right move there. So AQ goes forward and Bahu's forced to defend. but can't out-damage Mega Ampharos. So now Mega Ampharos goes in to attack Altaria, and Altaria lands Perish Song, which fortunately for Mega Ampharos, it'll devolve and lose that curse marker. And then we get Blaziken coming in, attacking on to Coco, getting the knockout there. And AQ goes in, tries to knock out Altaria, which will be an elimination, and he does get it. Blaziken comes in, attacks Ampharos, who is burned, and gets Cyclone Kick. So Ampharos is going to the PC. So I see a few people using the shiny Coco. I just never really got into the shinies myself. Yeah, just curious, for anyone watching this, have you been buying shinies? Let me know. And why? Is it just because you don't have the figures, or do you just want to build your collection? I'm curious about that. So if you're a shiny collector, for whatever reason, let me know why. I'm curious to know. Okay, so Zoro gets the knockout there on Feeny. Feeny then gets the double knockout on Coco and Zoro with the Dazzling Gleam. So it ends up being a triple knockout, which is quite interesting. Lunala gets long throwed out, and Ampharos comes through to meet it. Lunala will move up and not attack. Coco comes in for the potential surround, but Lunala goes over and covers the entry point, where Ampharos will now attack straight into. Lunala gets Will-O-Wisp on the white, so Ampharos is going to be burned. And Bahu uses the XP to go into Sableye, but does not get lucky in this case and does get confused, which sets up a surround, which Ampharos will take. AQ gets the knockout there. So Blaziken is moving forward. There's only 2 Pokemon on the field for Bahu, which is a bit scary here. Okay, so he's feeling a bit pressured. He moves in, attacks into Coco, and unfortunately the Melee Wish is going to allow Ampharos to go and take the goal, and that is the win. Well done to AQ for getting the win here. Bahu, good match as well. Thank you very much for playing that one, guys, and letting me know about it so that I could feature it on this video. So, now that we've got last week out of the way, we're going to have a quick look at the individual standings. So we're going to have a look. There are quite a few players that are equal first, and everyone that's on first is 3-0. So we're just going to have a quick look at who is on 3-0 and leading the championship at the moment. We have Lilu on 3-0. We have My Ace on 3-0. We have Sapphire on 3-0. We have Suns on 3-0. We have X-Sign on 3-0. We have D-Blitz on 3-0, and we have Namrita on 3-0. So those are the 7 players that are leading this competition right now. And if they continue to win, it will be one of those that will end up with the prize at the end. So make sure that you're doing your best to continue that record. If you're one of those players that I just mentioned, good luck. You've got a great chance. I mean, if you're not, you still got a chance. If they all lose a match, you still got a chance at winning that. The other requirement as well, of course, that I have mentioned, is you do need 4 matches to lock in your place as a potential winner of that prize. So, yeah, make sure you do play 4 matches so you do have a chance at winning that. Cool. So, now we're going to look at... oh, and by the way, well done to all of those players if I didn't say that before. We're going to now look at next week. And I really want to look at a couple of things. So here is next week. We have Team 1 versus Team 8. Team 2 versus Team 6, Team 3 versus Team 5, Team 4 versus Team 7, 9 versus 16, 10 versus 14, 11 versus 13, and 12 versus 15. And one that I really want to look at, it's very interesting, is Team 1 versus Team 8. All the matches in here are pretty interesting. So with our first match, we have Craney, our number 1 player, versus Destiny, who is the Marathon Man. Who will be the winner out of those two? That is going to be a really classic match, and I will certainly be looking forward to seeing that one. Lilu versus Wicked, two very great players that I have been watching their matches closely this tournament. They've both played very well, so looking forward to seeing that. And then Sign, who... So, I mean, we've got two of the undefeated players, both in Team 8, which is quite interesting. Sorry, in this round, which is interesting. So Lilu playing for Team 1 and Sign playing for Team 3. Sorry, other way around there. Team 1 and Team 8 are playing. So we've got Lilu from Team 8 and Sign from Team 1. And they are all playing in this match. It's going to be a really interesting round. So looking forward to all of those matches. We also have quite an interesting one in Division 2 between, we have over here, Ace and Turtle. These two players have both been playing amazingly. I think Turtle is 3-1, if I remember correctly, and Ace is 3-0. So they're both on, they've both had some great momentum so far. So those are the matches that I'm really looking forward to next week. Put in the comments who you're looking forward to seeing next week. And good luck if you are playing. Hope you play well, and I hope RNG is in your favour. Alright, so now that we've covered all of that, we're going to wrap this one up. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I'm obviously trying to build that up. I'm going to be, hopefully, going to be uploading my match during the week as well in my channel. And hopefully putting some openings soon and some other things as well. So good luck. I'll speak soon. If you have any questions, just feel free to reach me. And thanks once again. This is Rocket, blasting off again.